When you look at me, what do you see? Well, some of you might see a young idiot doing nothing with his life. Some might just see a young man. Some might see a frickin' 14-year-old. Now the problem with these is they don't tell the full story. You know that little tag that when you press on someone's name in the comments section on YouTube mobile, it'll say, you know, when they joined the platform, when they created their YouTube channel? Yeah, mine says 4 years right now. But wait, something's wrong with that. People don't know, truly, how long I've actually been on YouTube doing this. If you can even hear what I'm saying, this is actually the camera that I started YouTube on in 2013. That's right, it's been 12 years. I would point this tiny ass little camera at a TV, which I actually still have, and I would play Minecraft Xbox 360 edition, and then upload the raw files to YouTube. Now, I must confess, I don't exactly know when my YouTube 12-year anniversary is, or really when any year's anniversary is. All I know is it's probably sometime within June, and since it's June, I'm 21. I'm gonna be 22 in, well, what is, like a few days. On the 27th, I'm gonna be 22 years old. So I will have been doing YouTube for, you know, at least 12 years. And for this 12-year anniversary, I'm going to tell the story once again. How I went from this, which of course the camera's not going to focus on, there we go. I went from this tin can of a camera to this cinema camera from Canon. So to start off, I don't really know where I got this camera. Like, I just have no idea. Like, grandma might have given it to me. I know it cost about $150 when it was new. It could only shoot in 480p, and the only audio you can get from it is 8,000 hertz, 8 kilohertz, like a 1990s phone call kind of quality. So it's truly awful. Some of the worst video I've ever captured, and definitely some of the worst audio from a camera I've ever seen, has been from this camera. But it's what I had to use. I had an 8GB memory card, and I had a 2GB memory card. At some point, I completely lost the 8GB one, and I was stuck with the 2. So I would just shoot videos like from 7 minutes to 24 minutes until the card was full, and then I would just take it out, put it in my iMac, and then upload all the videos to YouTube one at a time. And this series was called Gadgets Xbox 360 Edition, and then I would just put a number for which one it was. Some of them had the title Gadgets Jaden Xbox 360 Edition Style, or something like that, but that was the gist. And in 2013, I would do this many times, up until around episode 47 or so. But the problem was, I wasn't actually allowed to have a YouTube channel at this time, when I was, 10 years old. So, naturally, this channel, which I think was called Mr. R. Redstone, or Mr. Redstone, something like that, I actually had made this YouTube channel under a brand account under my friend Truman's Google account, of which I still have the password for to this day. I mean, it's not the correct password anymore, but it was. But in 2015, he decided that he didn't want to host my YouTube channel anymore, and for some reason just deleted it, just out of nowhere. He just decided he doesn't want to do it anymore. So he told me, I was like, okay, that kind of sucks, but alright. Now after that, I was kind of defeated, but I still had a lot of free time, so I decided in 2015, I would basically just create a new YouTube channel, since I was finally allowed to make YouTube videos, or more like, I wasn't going to let the fact that I wasn't allowed stop me from doing it anyway. So I created a new YouTube channel. It's called, it was just my real life name. My first name and my last name, and that's how it was for like 4 years. And on this channel, I wouldn't actually upload until 2016. I would upload some test videos of me screen recording on a 2007 MacBook Pro that I gotten for very cheap, upgraded the storage to an SSD, and done actually some development work on it. I decided to start a really bad, awful Minecraft Let's Play on it. It was actually 144p. Ugh. and I uploaded like 2 or 3 episodes of that before I got bored. And I was actually interested in a mod pack called Ticket Classic around this time because I had finally gotten it to run. I actually had gotten it to run on the MacBook Airs in my 6th grade class. They had a bunch of MacBook Airs in a rack, and I had an iMac at home, but of course the game wouldn't freaking launch on that thing. It would just be a white screen. But it worked on the MacBook Airs, so I actually tried to take one home. I pulled it illegal, and I almost went to juvie for it. But anyway, so when I finally got the game to launch on my iMac at home sometime later that year, I decided to screen record it and put that up on YouTube. I also had my webcam running. I pretty much always did from this point on until like 2020. But after that, I craved human contact. I really wanted to join a Ticket Classic server. So I guess I like searched up a server list or something and found one. The first one that was there, I guess. The IP was play.ticketclassic.com. That's right, it's that one. This was in 2017. I joined the server, Mrs. Bubba33, aka, in the server she was actually called Mom. She welcomed me. A few other people were on. I don't remember who else was on that day, but I spawned in a forest in the middle of nowhere. Now this server was owned by a guy named John, a different John than a different server that I've told stories about on this channel before. But the owner was John, and the co-owner, one of the 2 co-owners, was named Lucky, or Crossover Lucky. He would actually go on to create another Ticket server down the line, a couple other servers related to it, and a new Minecraft server that you could join with like a new version. It's just like a vanilla server with like slime fun stuff. Really weird. But he actually still has that server, and that's called Royale MC. That's what he's doing now. But back then, he was the co-owner of my favorite server. So at this point, I actually had a much better camera than this. I had a waterproof digital camera by, I think, Canon that I could shoot 1080p video on. But I didn't really use that thing since I had just gotten, an iPhone 5S in 2014, so I would just use that instead, and that'd be just as good, pretty much. So I decided to sell that camera, and in return, my parents would buy me the highest rank on that Minecraft server, because I played it every day. I would get way more use out of that than I would that camera. So, sold the camera, got the rank for 130 bucks. It was called Custom Rank, and I had a rainbow name, Mr. Red, but next to that, my prefix was The Best. That's actually what my last name is. Lemieux, it's just it's just the best in French. So yeah, wildly pretentious, but fun. So I would pretty much live stream every day, and actually I would come home from school. School is a miserable experience from around this time. And I would basically go to school, do the stuff at school, come home, and then just go live. Because I didn't have any homework, so I would just press go live and just whatever happened. I would just stream on the server, stream making Minecraft mod packs, stream talking to my friends, stream anything. It didn't really matter. I would just press go, and what happened. These streams were pretty awful to begin with, but they got better as they went on. Not much better, but they did get better. But of course in 2018, this play.ticketclassic.com server was actually terminated. It was just taken down. It just kind of went away. It disappeared. And in its place, everyone basically flocked to a different server called Zodiac MC, which is another Ticket Classic server. They had a couple other servers and other mod packs as well, but the Ticket Classic one was the one I was interested in for the most part. So I joined that one. And through these years, 2017 to 2018, I met a lot of my really good Discord friends that I've been friends with for a very long time, ever since then. A few of them changed into, people that I couldn't really get along with anymore, so we kind of fell out. About half of them I'm still connected with to this day. By the way, if any of you are a frog or Mr. Pothead, then please contact me. I've been trying to get in contact with you for pretty much ever since we last talked. They were the first players that I had really good experiences with on the Ticket Classic server. And also, the first players I had good experiences with online ever. Also, shout out to SNK115, who I called Sinky for a while. He was a very, very helpful admin on the Ticket Classic server, and I think he passed away at some point, but later I actually hosted a Ticket Classic server and his account joined it. So I don't really know what happened to him. His Discord account's still there. I've tried calling him a lot, but he's perpetually offline, so I will never know what happened to him. Anyway, so that basically continued until I actually just quit school in 2019 when I was 15. I was having so many health issues. I was taking medications that were giving me nasty side effects. I wasn't eating enough. I was 70 pounds. I was 4'11 and 70 pounds when I was 15. That's how bad it was. Okay, so I decided to just quit school because I was getting there at like 10 o'clock in the morning when it started at 7:30. I wasn't even learning anything. I was just miserable. So I just put my foot down and said, Mom, I'm not going back. There's no point in me going. And she actually kind of agreed with me. And that happened in 2019. So from then on, basically streamed every single day, pretty much all day, until I got bored with it, until around 2020, when I would actually start editing videos. And of course, this was a pandemic, but I was already kind of living at home because, I didn't really have a lot to do outside the house because, we had actually moved houses into a temporary house, which we were actually stuck in for like 5 years. And we had moved towards the end of 2016. Oh, also, in 2016, I got my first gaming computer. It had an i5 6600K and a GTX 1070 from NVIDIA. Later I upgraded it to a 7700K i7, but still has the same 1070. And actually that very machine is still in heavy use by my girlfriend. I just gave it to her. And in 2020, I would upgrade from that computer. I kind of just left it the way it was. And my plan was to go for an AMD, like a full AMD build. Tried out a Ryzen 3800X with an AMD Radeon 5700 XT, I believe. And it was about equivalent to my old PC. So I'm just like, if I wanted the same performance, I just stick with my old PC, stick with what I know. I need more. Because I was building increasingly large mod packs and they were taking like up to 30 minutes to load. It was just nuts. So I went with a 9900KF i9 for my new PC and an RTX 2070 Super. So these things were like a year to 2 years old already, but they're around twice as good as what I already had, so I upgraded to that. So, 2020. What a goddamn year. I met so many wonderful people, some YouTubers including Atomic Q Bomb.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
I met log.zip. I didn't really meet him. I was just in a voice chat with him, with 50 other people, naturally, and made a lot of videos, a lot of live streams, and a lot of mistakes. And that all pretty much carried over into 2021. Now in 2020, I believe I renamed my main YouTube channel, which before was just my real life name. I renamed it to Jaden's WebMC, I believe, and eventually I landed on iRedMC in 2021, or maybe 2020, I don't know. Anyway, in 2021, a lot of stuff happened. A lot of bad stuff, but a lot of good stuff as well. But I'm going to focus on the bad stuff because that's probably the most entertaining. In early to mid 2021, a guy that I used to know, a friend of one of my friends from 2017, known as Aaronix, or as we knew him back then, Gaming Core, but in 2021 it was Aaronix, and him and his brother made a hate video on me, basically calling me out for a bunch of crap that I did years ago, naturally, and the fact that I was still using the profile picture that Aaronix made me, to use for me. I mean, what? Did he expect me not to use it? What actually he expected me to do was give him credit. He didn't ask for this at any point, ever. But apparently I'm a horrible person for not, as an idiot child, realizing that it was courteous to give him credit. So I just didn't. I was a stupid kid. We do dumb things. But he decided to make a hate video on me instead of actually asking me. So naturally I told him to go fuck himself. Then he made his second one, and then someone got doxxed. Then we called it off. And that pretty much all disappeared. Actually, to this day, if you know where to look, the redstone icon that I use is actually still copyrighted, which is actually illegal, technically, because, redstone is owned by Microsoft. So, yeah, he did a big bad. So there's no way that is actually legally enforceable. If anything, it would hurt his side rather than mine. So that's kind of funny. I basically drove him off the internet with this shit. Anyway, Mr. Redstone, my original YouTube channel that I had the Xbox 360 edition stuff on, that channel got to around 32 subscribers before it got taken down, or deleted. No longer exists. Now, iRedMC lasted until 449 subscribers in late 2021. What happened? Well, iRedMC was actually terminated. For the longest time, I thought it was wrongfully terminated. For like a whole year, I thought it was wrongfully terminated. I thought it was complete bullshit. But as it turns out, I was just a dumb idiot, and I had uploaded a drama video regarding a group chat, and I showed that group chat in the actual, video. A lot of the people in the group chat, actually one specific person, was sending very disgusting things, to YouTube's eyes. I didn't really care. No one else really cared. I thought it was kind of gross, but they send that crap all the time, so I'm like, okay. And I was so desensitized to it that I actually didn't even check the video before I uploaded it. I just recorded the video, gross bits and all, in the group chat, some really disgusting GIFs, and then I uploaded that video without even checking it to YouTube. I didn't even think to. I just did it without thinking. And yeah. One night at about 2 in the morning, I was watching YouTube, signed in on my TV, and I just get randomly signed out. I'm like, oh, the hell? So I try to sign back in, and I can't. My channel isn't in the list anymore of channels. At this point, I would have had like 5 or 6 in the list, in addition to iRedMC. At this point, this channel that you're watching this on was actually my second YouTube channel, my secondary one, that I would just upload random stuff on when I felt like it, which was pretty new around this point. So I decided to try to sign in on my phone to see, what the hell is going on. And I was signed out on my phone. So I tried to sign in on my phone, and again, my channel is just not in the list. And, because of all the drama that I know I'm involved in, I'm kind of panicking the hell out internally, looking at my phone with the thing not on the list, because I'm like, oh my god, is this it? Did I just get butt fucked out of nowhere? And it turns out, yes, I did, because I'm a freaking dumb moron. At least I was back then. Didn't check the video. And when I went to, view the channel, because I had my channel in my bookmarks, when I went to try to view my channel, see if it was even still there, it said this channel was removed for, multiple offenses on the community guidelines. Which actually, I didn't even have one. I had a warning from a year previous to that, but that was the first strike I got. You're supposed to get 3 chances. I didn't even get 2. So I kept trying to contact YouTube over Twitter. I couldn't find an email, couldn't find a phone number. I was just kind of left in the fucking dark. What are you supposed to do? I even went on the Google Help forum thing that they have, and my posts actually kept getting deleted. I simply couldn't do anything. I was completely desperate, and I had no way of doing anything about it. So a few months later, the feeling of defeat really still stung, but I somehow persevered on. I wasn't gonna let this stop me. I was gonna reach 1,000 subscribers whether anyone wanted me to or not. So what I did was I basically just switched everything over to my secondary YouTube channel that was still there. My Google account was fine. It was completely fine. And I could even access the archive of all my iRedMC stuff. I actually still can, if I wanted to, through YouTube's absolutely horrendously designed, on a technical and visual level, Google Takeout service. It has to be barely legal, because it's actually impossible for me to download everything that they give me. The archive disappears in a week, so you have a week, 7 days to download all the stuff. How much stuff do you think I had on iRedMC? 100 gigs? 500 gigs? No problem. No, I had around 9 terabytes of shit that I somehow had to download in a week. And I can't just click it once and let it go. I have to download in 50 gigabyte chunks, because that's the maximum file size they'll give you. I could get about 6 to 7 terabytes, and then my time would be up. I would have to generate a new archive. And none of the files would be in the same archives, of course, the next time around, so I would have to download everything again. I had to do this 3 goddamn times, extract all the archives, then combine everything into one folder, and then hopefully I had everything. I still don't really know if I have everything, because the takeout sizes were different every time I would go in and generate one. One time it was 7.5 terabytes, another time it was 8.4, which I thought was the highest, and I generated one even more recently that's 9.1. Nothing's changed on that Google account that I know of, so I don't know what's happening. They're just not giving me all my stuff, which can't be legal. But anyway, so at least I have local copies of all the stuff, and actually I uploaded most of it. I picked out the private stuff, but I uploaded pretty much all of the old iRedMC stuff and all the old Mr. Redstone stuff, which thankfully I still have most of the files for. Not the original files, but the files nonetheless. I uploaded everything to archive.org so you can actually go and watch all my old nonsense. So from very late 2021 through 2025, where we are right now, I have been moving heaven and earth to make this channel go somewhere. You know, I mean, I reached my goal of 1,000 subscribers, but I actually kind of blew right past it. I kind of cheated. No, I did not use like where you can buy viewers or subscribers. I didn't do that shit. I actually leveraged a YouTube service that was actually in either beta or alpha at the time. It was like brand new. I was like, oh, what's this? Oh my god, I think this is my chance to actually make money on YouTube. Technically, it actually is kind of buying viewers and subscribers. So in that way, yeah, I'm guilty of that. But it's endorsed by YouTube. It's on the platform itself, like it's a tab in the YouTube dashboard called YouTube Promotions. I utilize that. I don't think I've said that on this channel before. I did utilize YouTube Promotions. That's how I have more than 500 subscribers right now at all, because I was sitting at about 250 when I started utilizing it. And I did that because my videos didn't seem to get enough views for the effort I was putting in. They were getting 10 views or something like that. I think one point I got like 100 and something, and that felt unreal. But no, I'm never going to get anywhere by making videos to get 100 views, especially as rare as that was. I got that like twice before I started using YouTube Promotions. So I decided to give it a push and use YouTube Promotions. And that basically did everything I wanted for a certain amount of time. I just poured a whole bunch of money into it, and eventually I was at 1,000 subscribers. I actually have footage of when that happened, although I don't know where that is. And then I blew right past it until where I am basically right now. My channel's basically been stagnant at 12,420 subscribers for about a year now. I've been monetized for like 2 years. I have gotten one YouTube payment, so in total I've gotten like $117 from YouTube in total from this channel. I've mostly been from like 2 or 3 different videos that get a bunch of views, and they continue to get views, and I am like a third towards my next payment. Ads are kind of a mess on this platform, but I need money somehow. I can't just dick around doing nothing all day, so it's not really favorable for me to go get a job, mainly because I don't know if I could keep one. I'm gonna have to eventually, because, if this doesn't work out, I would start a Patreon, but I don't think anyone's gonna pay for that, even if it's $1 a month. That would help, but that wouldn't be enough. I would have to, if like 3 people subscribed, it would have to be like $10 a month, and that would just like barely help, but it would help. Anyway, I also make music. I've probably got a couple cents off that, but that's it really. No one's actually bought my stuff. Yeah, so a lot has happened, or actually not really all that much has happened in, the amount of time from late 21 to now. Like, I turned 18, and as soon as I turned 18, I vowed to never take a prescription medication again. I just quit all of them. I was like, okay, I'm not taking any of this shit. It's not worth it. And you know what? That was the best decision I ever made. I could actually sleep. I could actually do stuff. I could actually work. I could do stuff with my freaking life. Don't do that if you're in my situation. But I'm just saying that was the single best decision I have ever made in my entire life. But anyway, after that, I tried to go back to school because I felt like I could. And, as it turns out, they're not going to let you back into the mainstream high school when you're 19. It's just not going to happen. I basically just been here doing stuff since then. Just gradually getting stuff, gradually improving my editing. I scripted a couple videos, like the iPod Nano video. That was one of my best. I've just been try-harding for the past, I don't know, however many years. So hopefully this will go somewhere soon, more than it has already. Like, I'm talking job status. Like, I want to do this for a living. I don't want to edit video for a living. I want to be like a YouTuber for a living. I feel like I'm up to it. I don't want to do any of the clickbait shit. I don't want to do what, YouTubers tend to have to do to keep getting a lot of views. Like, I don't want to do any of that. I want to grow my channel organically from now on, so I'm going to try to do that. And hopefully, I get somewhere. And hopefully, when my girlfriend moves in, as she will soon, we can start making videos together, and hopefully you guys will like that so much, and I don't know, hopefully it'll go somewhere. This camera's going to run out of battery, so I have to do an outro really fast. I don't know what's going to happen in the next few months. Hopefully I'll be able to continue making videos. If not, this probably will just be farewell, but until next time, this has been Edward Redux. And thank you very much for watching, and thank you for 12 years of doing YouTube. Labels don't always tell the truth, and I'll see you all in the next live stream, short, or video, whatever that may be. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. Actually, it's morning. So actually, it probably will be evening by the time this is done. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for 12 years. Goodbye.
One more compromise I won't be making. One more easy way out I won't be taking. So many chances don't come twice. So many hearts are made of ice. One more cheating hand I won't be shaking. One more substitute I won't be trying. One more piece of the rock that I'm not buying. So many times we stand and fight. So many reasons can't be right. One more simple truth I'm not denying. Too many lonely hearts in the real world. Too many lonely nights in the real world. Too many fools that don't think twice. Too many ways to pay the price. Don't wanna live my life in the real world. One more sacrifice I won't be making. One more golden rule I won't be breaking. No one to let me state my case. No one to tell me to my face. One more sweet surprise I won't be faking. Too many lonely hearts in the real world. Too many lonely nights in the real world. Too many bridges you can't burn. Too many tables you can't turn. Don't wanna live my life in the real world. Too many lonely hearts in the real world. Too many lonely nights in the real world. Too many games that I can't play. Too many windmills in my way. Don't wanna live my life in the real world. Too many lonely hearts in the real world. Too many lonely nights in the real world. Don't wanna live my life in the real world. Too many lonely nights in the real world. Too many lonely nights in the real world.
eggs.